Hey guys, it's Slender Magic here, and you may know that I play Pokemon Go every day. Just kidding, a couple times a week, but it's been more lately because I've had like special events, got more into it. Turned out me and my friend are on the same team. I'm level 28, he's like a lot. I don't even know anymore. It's like 36 or 38 or something. I don't know, it's crazy. So, if you play the game, gym busting with multiple people is a hell of a lot easier. Plus, I have a concealed weapons permit, and my area is just so lovely, security-wise. So, between the hip and knee problems that I have, which prevents me from walking any kind of significant distance, and the fact that I could only play on Wi-Fi because my tablets only work on Wi-Fi and I don't have a data plan on my phone. Oh, nor do I have a smartphone. But then, my friend and I both had like cheapo tablets. Mine was like 55, his was like 75. Kept having trouble logging into the game, kept constantly disconnecting. We thought it was, the servers, but then he got a smartphone because his contract was up, and all of a sudden he could log in 3 seconds consistently. I'm like, okay. I've heard rumors that everybody but us has problems. So then, almost the same time, my other friend gets a new phone, and he wants to sell me his old one. I'm like, dude, totally. And by sell, we mean trade, because that's what poor people do. We don't have money, so it's all pretty much just bartering transactions. So I pick up his phone, runs the game flawlessly. I'm like, dude, okay, I wonder if I can get a data plan on this, because it says track phone. I know track phone's cheap. I look it up. Yeah, you can get like $10 a month, real low data usage, but so is the game. It's like less than a gig for every 100 hours. I mean, that's not that bad. So in the meantime, I've rigged up a wireless repeater on a 8 AA battery pack. So you take 8 AA batteries, put them all in series in a battery pack, bare wire, put it to an inverter, put a repeater on the inverter, put it on a wooden stake, and then stick it into the ground outside my shop. Not permanently, obviously. It's clearly not waterproof. That actually got me 1,000 feet each direction. I mean, that thing is no joke. But, that was getting old. But there was this one street that had a lot of open Wi-Fi, a lot of restaurants, some other ways that I could get online and stuff. So I would, try and walk a real weird zigzag path down that. And of course, there's a lot of wireless networks these days, so I was getting interference, and depending upon like the weather and random chance I could maybe get on the Wi-Fi, maybe not. It would only reach one gym and like 10 Pokestops, so very annoying. Also, it wouldn't track my footsteps correctly at all. So that all sucked, but hey, between all that plus my medical issues, I got to level 28, so like, what's your excuse? I mean, come on. Y'all should get out there. It's like healthy to walk around and crap, I've heard, maybe. I don't think it's true. So, I was looking at plans, and the track phone absolutely refused to activate the phone, not because it had a non-clean ESN, not really anything. I mean, the thing had a TF model SIM card, an up-to-date nano SIM card, 256 megs. I mean, what the hell? I'm like, can I swap the SIM card at least? No, this EIN was activated on Straight Talk Wireless, so you have to go with them. So yeah, apparently my friend got a track phone and somehow got it activated on Straight Talk. I don't know. They're all owned by like Walmart anyway. So I found out, now not sponsored at all, that you can get a wireless hotspot on Straight Talk, which was my backup plan all along. Check this out. 3G capable, not 4. So it's like somewhere between 0.3 and 1 megabit, which is pathetic. I mean, divide that by 8, you got the amount of kilobytes per second. Well, multiply by 1,000 since it's megabits first. So yeah, like really ghetto DSL basically, like even worse than the slowest DSL you can get. But the game requires about a half a kilobyte a second tops on average. So yeah, not a big deal. And so I looked into it. You can get a 3G modem for free 1-day shipping, and order 1 month of 1 gig of data for about $16. It's only about $15 a month after that to refill it, and there's no auto renewal, no contract, nothing. You just fill it up whenever the hell you feel like it. So like I said, not sponsored, but holy hell is that a good deal. Even if you wanted a 4G modem, which there's no reason to get it, except that it has a better LCD and better readout and better features, $40, $30? I think it was $30. Not bad considering you can get this phone for $60 with a non-clean ESN on eBay. Oh, a non-clean ESN means you are never activating that as long as you live. So basically the same as mine, except mine has a clean ESN. Oh, if you're wondering what it means, short version, the person who used to own it owed the company money, so no carrier will reactivate it. Oh, the same goes for cable tuners and DVRs from Dish. I found that out the hard way. Sold one on eBay, and they're refusing to activate it. It has a bad serial number, and the previous owner paid or owed money on it. I'm like, yeah, I did buy it at a bankruptcy auction. Putting the pieces of the puzzle together here. So Monday evening, unfortunately, because FedEx sucks and I hate them, my Patreons are going to find that especially funny because they know something you don't. But I had to go pick up the shipment myself, way the hell across town. I don't even think it's technically the same town. But yeah, it was like Neo breaking out of the Matrix, okay? I jumped on it, got it all configured, reprogrammed it. Very hard to reprogram these, by the way. You better know a lot about router programming and crap and Wi-Fi to get these set up properly with an actual encryption password. Okay, WPA2 personal style. Don't go with TKIP, go with AES. And you have to change the login password once, then log back in directly on the same IP address after activating it, and then turn on encryption and change the wireless password. And I'd change the SSID too if I were you. Also, the login is $12 and then the last 3 digits of the password are the last 3 of the non-hexadecimal decimal version of the MEID of the device. That's about half the instructions you need to set it up. Took me 11 minutes at my parents' house. But yeah, I could walk wherever I want. Holy crap, was I catching Pokemon. It was like the funnest day of my life. It was pretty epic, I'm not gonna lie. And I way overdid it, and my hips and knees hurt, and I'm going to the doctor tomorrow. But anyway, this was all just a setup. One, to tell you guys, that is literally the cheapest way to play Pokemon Go. Less than $100, all things considered. Starting from scratch, get a bad ESN, what is it, a LG Stylo 2 or something like that, or I don't remember, some cheapo smartphone. Buy one with bad ESN, just throw it on Wi-Fi, rig it to only have one app, turn off push notifications and all automatic updates, and you won't burn up your plan. I have actually used 0.06 megabytes in 3 days. Oh, pardon me, gigabytes. And secondly, what you've all been waiting for. Okay, so first I gotta tell you, before we get into the mystical chicken, my area is interesting, okay? Here's why I carry a gun, among other reasons. Lots of shootings in my area. In the last 2 years, several people have gotten shot within 10 miles of where I live. I mean, there was a stabbing at a place where I usually go, and usually that time of day. In fact, I think I was there that day. People getting their houses robbed, businesses broken into right down the street from me. I mean, it's not a bad side of town, but it has bad areas, and it's not where I would choose to live. I would move exactly 2 miles north, thank you. But, oh, that's right, I'm broke as hell. I'm so poor, I'm wondering why I'm not committing these crimes. Why are other people getting all the action? They probably make more money than I do. Thanks, YouTube. Thanks, Adpocalypse. And thanks especially Pepsi. I hope y'all burn in hell. You know, Wall Street Journal is just SJW with the letters rearranged. Anyway, enough about that. So, there's a couple of homeless people in my area. They're a bunch of manipulative, lying douchebags, and they'll probably try to pickpocket you too. They practically know me by name, though, and I think they know I carry a gun too. You know, somehow it just keeps bringing itself up in casual conversation. I wonder why. But you know, I play after midnight and stuff. That's when all kinds of, you know, drunk people are coming out of the bars and crap. So, yeah. Lovely area to play Pokemon Go. Practically 0 kids playing it because the parents won't let them because it's not a lovely area. But I've met some cool people. I've met some total creepers. I met some cooler, like a 45-year-old lady that was out there playing and was saying, yeah, I like to, you know, walk. And I saw my kids playing it and they said it was simple. They showed me it and I'm like, I like walking. It's an excuse to exercise. I'll get out there. So yeah, overall, it's a great game. I mean, it's a great way to be mobile and not sit on your butt, I guess. You still will not hit the qualifying heart rate while playing Pokemon Go to, you know, consider it an exercise. But it's burning some calories and it's good for your joints, so, you know, whatever. But yeah, we've had all kinds of, we've had people, I say we because it's almost always me and my friends. Well, not almost, okay, 25% of the time I'm playing with a friend, you know, because we're beating up gyms or just whatever. That and on occasion I would tether to their phone. I only did that twice though. So we've had crazy people just wandering around talking to themselves and then following us. We've had other people that were pretty sure were going to try to rob us follow us, and then oops, I switched from concealed carry to open carry and then stretched. Guys, you don't need to pull out a gun and shoot somebody once they already have one in your face to have carrying a gun do some good for you. I don't know why people don't realize this. But it's not even brandishing if you don't take it off your hip. It's just letting people know I ain't the person you should be robbing here. I would personally prefer not to shoot somebody, so let's not let it get there, you know what I mean? So, I mean, we've gotten, like, yelled at for walking through, like, partial construction zones that weren't really marked correctly, and just, it's been very interesting. We had a pigeon that was, I guess, menacing us would be the proper term. Dude, these pigeons will just walk right up and just steal food out of your hand. Like, they are, like, hardcore gangster pigeons. They are not afraid of you or anything that you yell at them. I wouldn't be surprised if one steals my car keys and takes off with my car at this point. And this is Wisconsin. There are like legit wild animals. Like, we don't get a whole lot of wolves in this area. That's more of like a West thing. But like there's foxes. They'll mess you up. Even rabbits, honestly. I mean, they'll run away, but not if they're young or near. Then they'll just bite you. It's never happened to me. And oh my God, do not mess with geese. There is one type of Canadian that isn't polite, and it's the damn Canadian geese. Also, I was in Canada once for like 17 minutes, and everybody was kind of a dick. And it was like a month before you needed a passport, and I don't have one. It was kind of funny. So anyway, the other day, a couple days before I got this awesome new hotspot that lets me go absolutely anywhere and dominate the entire local area, me and my friend were walking down the street. We turned the corner, and there it is. Just out of nowhere, barely even anybody outside, very, very quiet day, nobody else walking on the sidewalk, just nobody even near us, nobody within even 500 feet. Right in the middle of the sidewalk, fresh order of orange chicken. Like, styrofoam to-go box, except totally full, not even partially eaten, just, I think there was still steam coming off of it, and a whole order of orange chicken. Honestly, it might have been General Tso's. It looked like orange chicken to me, though. I think it came from this one restaurant that I go to, and I know my orange chicken. So we're both just like, that's weird, but, we're on our way to hit up, like, a Pokemon that's in the area, so we're not going to think twice about it. But we did look back a couple times, and I have, like, 2015 plus vision, and when it comes to orange chicken, it's probably 2012 plus. I mean, we're talking, like, chicken vision. I freaking love orange chicken more than life itself. So I was like, did somebody, like, set it down? Why is it open? Like, if somebody like ran up to a commercial building, maybe an apartment if it's in the area, and like their arms were full so they had to set it down, why would it be open? And I mean, maybe the pigeons got to it, but if they did, they didn't carry off much because it was a full order. I mean, it's just like such a blah thing. Like, oh look, somebody left their chicken, but like not really, because how do you explain this? How do you explain an entire fresh order of about 1.5 pounds of orange chicken on the sidewalk with nobody near it, and for about 3 or 4 minutes while we were walking down the street, nobody came back for it? I mean, that ain't cheap. That's like a $10 order. I mean, that's like the family platter. I don't understand it. It wasn't even like buy something. They weren't trying to hide it. It was like right square in the middle of the sidewalk. And then I thought, okay, if there was one type of trap I would probably fall into if I wasn't, so full that day, leave some orange chicken out. That's how you catch Desolator. I freaking love orange chicken. I would stab a person for some orange chicken if I was hungry. By the way, a lot of you said that you would stab somebody to get a 400 square foot studio apartment on the second floor with full amenities and unlimited free water for $400 a month, which is what I'm currently paying. But what you're not realizing is it's not a miracle unicorn apartment. You just live in a really crappy place. Like if you're like, oh, I'm such a high paying whatever I do, I make $65,000 a year. Adjusted, you probably make about 20. Okay, move to Wisconsin. You can get like a full finished basement on a 2,000 square foot ranch for like $160,000. Actually, that number's a little old. It might be like 180 at this point, but I mean, you ever seen HGTV? You want a 1,500 square foot ranch that's in a suburb outside a city on the east or west coast? You're looking at $900,000. Like, y'all living in the wrong place, okay? You could be a $200,000 a year neurosurgeon and you're basically middle class, like when you look at your $2,000 San Francisco apartment. But anyway, back to the magical chicken. We never found out what happened to it. I do know that on the way back it was gone, but that was like an hour later. Okay, honestly, the homeless people probably got to it. But nobody was around. We didn't see anybody set it down. Nobody came back for it in the whole time that we were looking back. And I was very curious about that chicken. I was looking back about every 15 seconds. It was like, catch a Pokemon, check the chicken. Catch a Pokemon, check the chicken. Where did it come from? Where did it go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? I had no idea I was quoting song lyrics almost until I was. So until I am on my deathbed, I'm going to be wondering about that chicken for the rest of my life. I mean, the deeper you go into this, the weirder it gets, the more Twilight Zone this whole situation goes. It wasn't even all that close to the Chinese restaurant. It was a couple blocks away. It's not like they made a mistake and left it outside or something. I don't get it. I mean, the best guess I have is somebody temporarily set it down, then maybe the latch wasn't very good or the wind blew it open. But, like, how long does it take you to come back for your chicken? I mean, like I said, the pigeons and the homeless people will mess you up. Like, they will take your chicken. They'll take your chicken if you're holding it, let alone if you're not holding it and it's unattended. I just don't understand it. And my friend was, of course, joking. He's like, oh, maybe we should eat it. I'm like, don't tempt me. Like, I just ate, but, you know, there's always room for orange chicken. I freaking love orange chicken. So anyway, that's the story of Pokemon Go, my newfound freedom to go anywhere for dirt cheap because I'm poor and that's how we do things. Like a normal rich person, here's how you play Pokemon Go. You download the app because you already have a smartphone with a data plan. Poor people trade $25 worth of gear for somebody's old phone and then like force activate it, but not really. Yeah. I mean, the whole shebang cost me like $40 at the end of the day. So yeah. So hopefully this paradoxical chicken mystery doesn't bother you and drive you completely insane as it has been to me. But it's just so weird I couldn't refrain from sharing it. And besides the chicken, I mean, I met like this one nice guy with like 3 little kids that were all running around sharing like one phone playing Pokemon Go. That's awesome. You know, it's just like a fun family thing to do. Kids can play the game. It's so simplistic. But then, like I said, we've seen like 30, 40-year-olds, you know, people about my age playing. Because why not? We grew up with Pokemon. And hey, it's an excuse to get out of the house and walk instead of sitting on your butt watching Netflix. So check out the game if you haven't. You might like it. And that's the way you should play it if you're as poor as me. And maybe some magical chicken gods will grant you some free chicken, even though I totally didn't fall for it because it's probably poison because there's a bunch of freaking psychopaths that live near me. Seriously, you know how many serial killers came from Wisconsin? Frickin' most of them. Just watch, you guys. Street chicken serial killer coming up in the news in the next couple weeks. I'm calling it right now. Putting strychnine in the chicken, waiting for people like me who are big fans of chicken to just walk up on the street and be like, free chicken, and then boom, you're dead. So leave a comment down below if you think I should have eaten the delicious street chicken, or if you think I made the wise decision of walking past it. I'm so curious to see where you guys go with this. I know it's going to be a weird place, though. I'll see you guys next video.